Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle 2. Oh boy, this series. This is, as far as I can tell, the fourth video about Crazy Castle that I've made. You can't avoid it. It was all over the place in the 90s. Bugs Bunny, Real Ghostbusters, Mickey Mouse, Garfield, Woody Woodpecker, all somehow ended up getting games with the exact same boring puzzle platformer gameplay where you walk around getting keys to unlock doors. Bugs Bunny was the one who appeared in most of them though, with 4 different appearances in games, 3 of which were on the Game Boy. It's something that you just don't see in modern gaming. The exact same game beat for beat, but depending on what license they had, they just threw whatever character they could in there. Imagine if they re-released Spider-Man, but instead they swapped out the web slinger with Buzz Lightyear. Actually, I'd play that. As long as we're talking about things we've already talked about, I'm pretty sure I've talked about the surprising lack of really quality Looney Tunes games. It's one of those franchises that just never got its one game it could point to as the definitive experience. It never got its GoldenEye, its DuckTales, its Magical Quest, and it certainly didn't get it in the Crazy Castle series, which, spoiler alert, are about as generic as they can get. And while I'm complaining, there are 2 more Crazy Castle games to talk about in the future, and I have no clue what I'm gonna say when we get to those. I'm mad now. The last game we saw in Game Boy Roulette was the genuinely excellent Unknown Torpedo Range, and now we're moving on to one of the most infamously tedious game series in history. At the very least, the box art is nice. It's got the nice cartoon style of the Looney Tunes, and excited Bugs running away from some fun villains, and... wait, who is that? That's definitely not Lola. Did they make up a new bunny for this game? I do not have high hopes, but I have been surprised before, so grab a carrot for Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle 2. Do I have to? Okay, the Bugs Bunny TM Crazy Castle 2. The Bugs Bunny, yup, and there is the Bugs Bunny, alright. Alright, the big question, will this game be any different from the other Crazy Castle games? Again, who is that? I mean, I know that's Bugs, and that's the evil witch. Oh, and that's the Crazy Castle. Whoa, that's a weird level layout. Alright, is it different? Nope! Alright. Crazy Castle games. You walk around, you pick up keys. You pick up weapons. You use the weapons to kill Foghorn Leghorn. You pick up all the keys to unlock this locked door above you to go to the next stage. I have officially explained literally everything you need to know about the Crazy Castle series. Man, it's the same. It's the exact same as all the other ones. No difference. We can hammer, we can warp, grab a key, go through the door. I'll say this, it doesn't look bad, and the sound is fine. Man, that is such a weird level layout. I mean, I guess it's trying to follow, like, a castle spire, then down, then up. Now we're here. Oh god, the game's lagging. Each level, I think, has its own different weapon. But I think they cycle really quickly. Boom. Wile E. Coyote is right there. So we have to figure out a way past him. What? It won't let me go through the... What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's try that again. I hit up. And I hit up and it's... Get out of here. The door is broken. I can't go down the stairs. It moves me... What the heck? Oh, wait, is it one of these weird games? Oh, it probably is, isn't it? Hang on. Up to go up the stairs. Down. Yeah, there it is. Okay, it's one of those weird games where to go down the stairs, you hit down, instead of going up through the doorway. That's so weird. I don't hate it. Actually, yes, I do. Man, there is something about these games that is so soul-crushing. I try to be energetic, I try to be excited. Even if the game is really bad, I try to get into it. The Crazy Castle games just sap the life out of me. I lose the will to talk, or think, or exist. They are so mindless, and not in like a turn your brain off and have fun kind of way, in a this is really boring and I'd rather be playing literally any other game. Like right there was the extent of exciting gameplay. We have a bomb left. Maybe we could find a secret. Nope. Secrets don't exist in Crazy Castle. Can I not skip? Oh, you can't actually skip this. Oh, Taz, hey! Taz is dead. Let me see if I can find it. Is there, like, a secret in this game? It would not surprise me if the answer is no. There are no secrets in the game. You just go through 29 levels of the same stuff and then win. Why am I fighting Tweety? Tweety's a good guy. Also, Tweety's a lot bigger than I remember. Also, while I was paused, I decided to look something else up. Honey Bunny is the female rabbit designed by Robert McKimson, who was Bugs Bunny's first girlfriend, who appeared in comics and was used for merchandising purposes in the late 1960s. I have no memory of Honey Bunny. It's possible Crazy Castle is like her biggest claim to fame. And that's the saddest sentence I've ever said. Oh, I lose. So that's another thing about these games. You can so very easily make one minor mistake and get stuck. I got nothing. I'm completely out of interesting things, non-interesting things, things in general to say. Oh, cool, everyone's dead. The Crazy Castle games feel like the most, okay. The Crazy Castle games are like the most stripped down and basic of all arcade platformers. Some of them, you had to do strategy, you had to do crazy different stuff just to get ahead in the levels. You had battle mechanics, you had just all sorts of cool stuff. Crazy Castle doesn't have those. It has very sudden deaths. It has very basic power-ups that are pretty interchangeable. It's boring. It's so boring. And again, there were so many Crazy Castle games. And they all played the same. Objectively, I have played far worse than this. But the fact that they're all the same and none of them are that exciting is what kills it for me. I'm a big proponent of games evolving and trying new things. And that means that Crazy Castle is like the antithesis of everything I look for in a game. And man, I am dreading the fact that I got 2 more of these to talk about at some point. To summarize my feelings on this series, blah, blah. I need to put my cards on the table here. I really despise the Crazy Castle series. Most of that comes from my own personal taste, which we'll get to in a bit, but it's not like Crazy Castle 2 was doing anything interesting, or anything to make it stand out, or anything to make it different from any other games in the series. I will admit it was not awful. The game looked fine and sounded fine. The controls were functional, and it was easy to understand what to do next. There were some annoying no-win situations, and the gameplay itself was tedious, but you could adjust to those. It was aggressively fine, because it was a formula that they figured out in the first game, and then never iterated on even slightly in subsequent games. They made a very simple and decent arcade puzzle game, and then dug their heels in and changed nothing about it, making sure it didn't excel in any way, while also never iterating on it for future games. Now let's get to the personal reason why I hate Crazy Castle. I am a big proponent of video games being weird and doing weird, different things. I think the medium is at its best when games are flaunting conventions and trying bold new stuff, and Crazy Castle is the exact opposite of that. It's a series that started generic but functional and then never changed a thing, pumping out identical game after identical game with no changes, and I hate that. The Game Boy was such a varied system, with so many interesting ideas on it, and then you have Crazy Castle repeating itself over and over without doing anything different. It's the gaming equivalent of white noise, while the Game Boy was at its best when it was trying new and exciting things and seeing what worked and what didn't. So that's my personal reason why Crazy Castle and I do not vibe. Objectively, it's aggressively fine, even playable if you like these games, but for me, it's too bland and too unevolving to evoke anything but hatred. Ugh, we have 2 more of these, don't we? You know, maybe we should just rip the bandage off all at once. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm BrianJ, and I'll see you next time.